Hi friends, and welcome to today's Easy Yoga. Today is going to be a simple yoga class where we go through just a few variety of postures where we sink in movement and hold these postures so we can really feel into our body. So this is a great practice for anyone and everyone to do. All you'll need is maybe grab a couple blocks, place them on a side, maybe a blanket as well, and let's go ahead and get started. So let's start at the back of our mat, seated on top of our shins in a hero pose, just resting your hands on top of your thighs, taking a moment to close your eyes, sitting up nice and tall here, and take a deep breath in with me through the belly and the lungs, and exhale, releasing the breath out of the body. On your next inhale, open the eyes and the arms as you take a deep breath in, opening the arms nice and slow until you reach the hands up towards the sky, and then take your palms together in front of your heart. Now take your hands in front of your body, tuck your toes underneath, and make sure really that all 10 toes are tucked, even the last pinky toe here. Place your fingertips in front of you on your mat, and just face your hands towards your knees, taking a slight bend in your elbows. What we're going to do in this variation of a hero's pose is move our hips side to side, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. And we're getting that energy starting to move within the body, through the thighs, the hips, the belly, the organs, the intestines. Feeling that nice stretch here along the fingertips and the wrists and the forearms. So many great benefits with this position. Just relax your head, taking a deep breath in and out of the body. And holding these positions will really help us to get the benefits of this posture. So like for instance, right now we're really stretching our wrists. It's great to hold this position, especially we're on our devices all day. So it's really important to do this. Taking one more deep breath in this pose. And exhale, releasing it out. On your next inhale, flipping your hands slowly to the front, feeling that nice release. And what you'll do is come back into a hero pose. Maybe you might want to grab the blanket. Swing onto your ankles now. We're gonna get a nice ankle stretch. We're gonna grab onto the top of our shins to help us sit nice and tall, or along the ankles. And you can place a blanket underneath your feet if that's too much for support. And start to see if you can sway your knees up and down. Now, if this is too much for your feet, definitely just stay in a hero pose and maybe just start to play, with one leg side to side, maybe taking it an inch off the mat and keeping your hands here. Just slowly getting into the position, allowing your body to develop patience over time, and accepting where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. So just sit up nice and tall, looking forward, enjoying this ankle stretch. Or if your knees are all the way down, enjoying this shin stretch and thigh stretch. And taking one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly release the legs. And we're going to come up onto our feet as we keep the knees bent. Your arms are in front of you. Straighten them as much as you can so they're on the fingertips. And start to just pulse up and down with your butt. So with your tailbone. Letting your head again be nice and loose and long here. So your neck is free, no restrictions holding you back. And you can take this however slow or however fast you like. Just relax, shoulders down away from the ears, no pressure. Getting movement into the body. And what we're doing is we're warming up our calves. So you may start to feel a little bit burn here. That's good, that's your muscles waking up. Just breathing into the muscles, into the joints. And one last deep breath in. Exhale it out. And on your next inhale, Let's take a yoga squat known as garland pose. So taking your feet as wide as your mat here, and what we're gonna do is take a moving malasana in our yoga pose. So if you just watch me for a second, take it nice and slow, open the hip and outer edge of one foot to one side, and then go ahead and keep your hands still grounded on the mat as you open the other hip and outer edge of the foot. So you get a deep release through the hips here. So this is a moving malasana yoga squat, helping to really target the hip joints. And you're also, as well, when you move in this, getting a nice stretch throughout the shoulders, because it's really helping to open up our chest. Feeling this nice movement and taking it at your own pace. Breathing into the hips, imagining the breath moving throughout both. Allowing the hip to open deeper each time. Good, last two here. Taking it back to center. Hold your hands now in front of you into prayer as you sit up nice and tall, holding a little bit of stillness in your squat. Looking forward, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, releasing. And go ahead and extend the legs all the way up into straight position. Walking to the front of your mat, your feet are hip distance apart. And let's inhale as we halfway lengthen our back. Exhale, fold it down. And start to bend your knees one at a time as you walk it out. Shake the head forward and back, side to side. So finding movement with the upper and the lower body at the same time. So maybe the arms want to take some movement as well. So you stretch out through the shoulders. Really getting some nice movement, making this your organic practice. This is your yoga. Feel into the body. Release and relax. Good. And one last deep breath in. You're standing forward fold. And release it out. Maybe holding it still here just for a moment. And walk your feet all the way into downward facing dog. We're gonna go into our downward dog series. So just push your hips back and bend one knee at a time as you straighten the other. We're just gonna walk it out here as we move it the whole entire time, letting your head be loose, maybe moving the head, swaying it. And each time that you lift the heel up, the opposite leg is extending all the way down, so you get a deep stretch throughout the back of the leg. Letting your hips push all the way back towards the heels, and your fingers are nice and spread. So you're getting a nice grip on your mat. Feeling that stretch throughout your back. Feeling the heat and energy starting to move throughout your body. Really good way to wake up in the morning. And hold your downward dog still by pushing your hips back. Doing some downward dog dips. Let's go ahead and twist our body towards the left side, allowing your hips to just hover a couple inches off your mat. Inhale back up, and exhale, we take it to the other side. So just practicing here, maybe finding your balance, repositioning yourself, and just taking this however fast or slow you want to go, and using the strength of your arms to push you up every time. So this is really great to strengthen our upper body, and at the same time we're also getting a nice stretch through the outer part of our hip and also through our side body. So it's like a strengthen and stretch position. And not only that, we're also moving the body as well. So this is great to help us keep moving through a moving meditation. One last one here on each side, dipping the hips, taking it back up into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and rest our legs here into a child's pose, taking our knees together, resting your forehead on your mat, and just relax the arms, relax the head.
Hips are falling heavy towards the heels. Breathing in and out. Allowing your mind to stay calm. No wandering thoughts. Just being in this moment. Good. And then shift into tabletop position. So you're shifting forward, tucking the back toes, and shifting back into downward facing dog. Our last part of our downward dog series is the one-legged raises. So we're going to bend the knees and extend as we lift one leg up. Bend the knees again. Breathe. So inhale, lift the opposite leg up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach one up. Exhale, bend. And just keep moving through this. So every time you raise the leg, you're inhaling. And then every time you bend both knees at the same time, you're exhaling. Feet are together. And try to point those toes up to the sky every time you do the leg lift, so that you're also getting a deep stretch through the hip flexors. And this is also a great strengthen and stretch pose, because again, we're using the strength of our upper body and our shoulders here as we open the lower body through the hips. Let's do two last one here. One last one. And holding your downward dog still, go ahead and bend the knees and sit it back into child's pose, taking the arms in front of you, rest the forehead onto your mat, and let your hips fall back to your heels. Sinking deep into this position. On your next inhale, walking your hands up along the side of your body. And let's go ahead and step our left leg forward. Tuck your back toes and extend the back leg. Coming into our pyramid pose. Both legs are extended. Now, if you like, the blocks are great to have on each side of your left foot here. And you can place them on the tall side if you're very tight on the hamstrings. Or if you'd like to play around, you can put them on the medium side or all the way flat. Whatever feels good for you. Just make sure you're not tightly gripping the blocks, so your hands are just resting very lightly on the blocks. So our hands are relaxed, no gripping, squaring off the hips as we bring the right hip forward, left hip back. And just inhale as you lift open the chest forward, and exhale, fold it down towards your knee. Feeling a nice stretch through the left hamstring. Your back heel is just a little bit lifted off the mat. Breathing into the left leg. Feeling this nice opening. Deep stretch. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release it out. And go ahead and pivot your right toes to face towards the front. Your front foot, your left foot can stay where it's at. And maybe just grabbing one block to place in front of your left foot here. We're coming into triangle. If you don't need the blocks, definitely you don't have to use them, but they are here for you. And just let your right arm come up and over the head. So you're stacking the right arm directly over your left. And you're allowing your right hip to pull open towards the sky, as if someone's trying to pull from the right hip. Feeling this nice opening through the side body. Getting a nice stretch still deeply into that left leg. And making sure that your weight is not sinking down. So you're using your core to help lift you up. It's as if someone's pulling your right fingertips up to help lift you even more, so you don't hold the weight onto that left shoulder. Good, and then slowly, we're going to position to the other side. So turn your right toes now towards the back of your mat, maybe grabbing your blocks, having them handy. Pyramid pose, other side. So your blocks are along each side of the foot if you're using them. Taking a deep breath in as you inhale, lift through the chest, and exhale as you fold closer to your right leg. So eventually, your forehead will come towards your knee. That will come with time and practice. Your shoulders are down away from the ears so that you can open up more through that right hamstring and right calf. It's really good heel stretch. Your hips are squared, so your left hip is pulling forward as your right hip comes back. And just feeling into your body, feeling that nice opening, creating more space and length throughout that front leg. And let's slowly turn the left foot to face towards the front. Your right foot is faced towards the back. Taking that block in front of your right foot if you like, and swing your left arm up over your head. So your left arm is directly over your right. And just look up towards that top hand. Growing that left arm even taller here. Imagining yourself between two planes of glass. So you want to keep that left hip directly over the right. Left arm is growing up even taller, so using that strength of your core here to lift your weight up. Just hold it here, breathe. And slowly release the arm down. Let's go ahead and face towards the front of our mat. Come onto a seated position and swing over into a cross-legged, how we started. Sit up tall, arms in front of your body, closing out today's practice as we take a deep breath in, stretch out the arms, and reach up for the sky. Exhale, taking your hands to your heart. And again, open up nice and wide with the arms, deep breath in. And exhale, letting the breath out. Thanking yourself for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this moving yoga energy practice. Please keep practicing with me and subscribe to Yena Yoga to stay up to date. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Love and light. Namaste.